Hey girl, let's go. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and I'm going to be doing your general weekly love reading for you and your person. Now, I also do your general weekly reading just for general messages, which I'll put a link to over here for you later on if you want to check that out, Cancer. But when it comes to any of my readings, rely on your intuition, because put it in perspective, I'm just a man reading you some tarot cards, right? You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the cards that resonate and leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it at all. I promise you, Cancer. Now, if you do find some cards that resonate with you, though, do your part and leave me a comment below and let me know which card called out to you the most. I love hearing y'all's aha moments, because that's how I keep up with y'all, through the comments. If you do enjoy my reading style, I would love for you to give me a like and subscribe, because it does help out my channel a lot. And I always am super appreciative when you guys take the time to do that for me, Cancer. Now, when it comes to any of my readings also, ultimately, the decision is yours to make. I'm just here to give you some perspective, Cancer, on what it's looking like from a tarot perspective, and trying to give you some new perspective to how to handle your situation. But again, you know your situation and you know your details better than I could, so I'm never going to give you a definite, finite answer of what you should do, right? I'm just going to tell you what I see in the cards. So let's get some clarifiers. Let's get this reading going for you, Cancer. On your side of things, we have the Ace of Coins. So this is a good time. This is almost like you're grabbing at something. You're grabbing at something, and we'll get into the clarifiers in a moment. But with that Ace of Coins, Nine of Swords on their side of things. So they're in their head, and I see this as like an anxiety card, Cancer. So we'll pull some clarifiers to see what it is that they're anxious about. The connection between y'all two is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this is letting me know, like, barriers are removed. There's no longer like a stuck energy. I kind of see like I see like a dam breaking, and like the water coming in and flowing out of that dam, and that's how things just start happening. Now that could mean that you might be by yourself now. That means that, like, you realize that this person isn't meant for you. But let's see what's going on here with these clarifiers. Your side of things, with this Ace of Coins, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like you're kind of running back to an old situation, or running back to like an old emotion or old habit when it comes to this. So for some people, you could be moving regaining feelings of something that you initially moved on from. This could be a situation where it's just like, if you had like a clingy behavior, right? With like, if you're known to just be clingy with your relationships, you might be going back into those type of patterns. Obviously, it doesn't have to be clingy. It could just be like whatever type of thing, some type of like habit that you're like kind of falling back into that loop with, right? We have the Page of Cups. Now this is in the reverse. So for those of you, Cancer, that are so stuck on a person, I really kind of feel like that's the energy of this, Cancer. You're stuck on this person, right? You're stuck on this person. You're not allowing yourself for anything new into your life. You're just wanting, like, you want what you want. And you're not willing to sacrifice. Well, I don't want to say sacrifice. You're not willing to compromise. That's the word I'm looking for. You're not willing to compromise, Cancer, with what it is that you want. Five of Swords, though. Do you really want this, though? Because it seems like whatever it is that you're running back to, Cancer, it's giving you, like, it's not really all that good for you, because it's kind of like giving you anxiety. It's giving you stress. It's constantly having you overthink things, overanalyze things. And it just, I don't know. I just see this energy as someone that's sinking back into some type of energy that is not of their vibration anymore. I feel like you moved on from some type of energy, but with this Ace of Coins paired with all of this, it feels like you're just repeating like an old cycle again, or you're not letting go of something. You're not willing to move on from it, which is interesting, because it's like, you have to consider with this Eight of Swords, it's almost like illusions are being removed in this connection. So maybe for some of you Cancers, you kind of have a reason as to why you were so stuck on this person, because it's like illusions are finally being removed, and maybe that's why they're in their head, because it's like they got like a reality check. And the Seven of Wands comes in, where it's just like you kind of knew this is going to happen. So it's almost like you were being like, okay, this person may not be ready now, but like 6 months down the road or something, they will be ready. And it kind of feels like that 6 months is finally coming up, where it's just like their phase, the person that you've been waiting for, finally the ball starting to roll, perhaps. So let's get into the energy on their side of things with this Nine of Swords, right? What's going on with them? We have the Fool card. Maybe they're being anxious about taking this leap of faith with you, Cancer. It seems as if like they're in their head, they're anxious about this connection and like really like being vulnerable is what I'm feeling here. They don't want to just take that leap of faith. They don't want to practice faith in this connection because maybe they're just so afraid of being hurt, right? We have the Four of Wands. This is the 11-11 card though. They're almost, dare I say, they're like afraid of going forward with this connection with you because, or maybe they're just afraid in general when it comes to love, and they have anxiety over love because they're just so afraid of it not working out, right? And it just seems as if, Cancer, that you're dealing with someone that's extremely in their head and like someone that has like their own inner saboteur. And I feel like that's the reason why you have this Five of Swords energy when it comes to this person, because it's like, you see they have a good heart. You see that they have good intentions, Cancer, but it's like yeah, it's more so like you see the potential in them, and that's why you keep on waiting it out. And maybe for them, now they're kind of like realizing their potential, but something still needs to kind of happen for them in their life where they snap out of this and where they get into this Fool energy and like stop being so much in their head. I don't know what's going to take for them though. Their last card, Three of Cups. Now this card also could be in the reverse for them. That did come to mind. So this is, again, they have like a, if it is in the reverse for them, Cancer, they do have such a serious fear when it comes to vulnerability and commitment in any type of the word. Now it doesn't mean just because they're afraid of commitment that they're a player or anything. That doesn't mean that at all. It could just mean that they're just so insecure, they're so in their own head that they're not gonna be ready for a relationship, or they don't feel like they're ready for a relationship, right? But with this Fool card coming in, I do kind of see at some point they're going to kind of just say screw it and go forward with it. And that's when these Four of Wands and the Three of Cups comes into the upright for them, where it's just like that happiness. So it's like they're in their head about this connection, but once they finally give this connection a chance, Cancer, that's when everything's kind of fruitful. That's when like once the barriers, once those excuses come to an end, that's when things start like flowing so beautifully. But it's like until this point happens where they give this a chance, nothing's gonna happen, I feel like they're just so like, you know, when someone's just like anxious, they're just going to constantly be in this energy where they're just sitting here crying, upset, anxious, what have you, insert whatever emotion that you want. They're just really going on with their own inner battle. I really do feel for this person, Cancer, because I can like, it's exuding, their cards are kind of exuding some type of insecurity. Like they're really insecure. Let's get some clarification on this Eight of Swords though. We have Page of Pentacles. So yeah, after the illusions are removed, after the limiting stuff that they tell themselves, and maybe even you tell yourself, a new phase in terms of stability when it comes to this connection. It's almost as if like both sides lay their cards out on the table and realize that they're so afraid of the other person hurting them that once they like point it out, being like, oh, I'm just so afraid of you hurting me. And then the other side person's just like, oh, wait, me too. And then it's just like, well, a moment where it's just like, well, what if we just decide not to hurt each other, right? Well, what if we just decide to agree with the Sun card where like things just work out, right? And I feel like once this happens, this Knight of Wands comes in where it's like, it's just this passion is just driving the connection, right? But it's until this moment until this experience happens where it's like, you guys get on the same page, because I don't feel like y'all are on the same page right now. I'm gonna be honest here. Y'all aren't on the same page, and it's like you're not on the same page as them for the reason that you might be going into I mean, I guess I'm not gonna try to even psychoanalyze you, right? Cancer, you know your situation of what's going on here. I see someone that's like clinging onto something from the past and not moving on in any type of way. Now this could be two things where it's just like regards to this person, which is beautiful, but also let's not pretend like we're perfect beings either, Cancer. Let's hold ourselves accountable. Maybe you're manifesting this situation not to be fruitful because of your mindset going in here, right? Because you're too much in your head with this Five of Swords. Because this, whenever I see Five of Swords paired with the Ace of Pentacles, this is dangerous energy of someone that's like actively manifesting, but not in a good way. So it's like, I don't know. It's one of those energies where I just feel as if, don't get so focused on clinging on to something is all I feel, Cancer. Even if it comes with this person, I see it promising with this person, but don't try to push things before they happen. Like, don't try to force things to happen sooner than they should happen. Does that make sense? Because we do have the full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. Which is foreshadowing that something's going to be coming to light that makes things easier in terms of this connection this week. So whether that's just like a mental shift on their side, on your side, or on both sides, I do feel like it's on both sides, with this Eight of Swords being the overall energy between y'all two. That's when something beautiful happens, but don't try to force it. Don't try to rush things along, is what I'm hearing, Cancer. If this reading was helpful to you, let me know in the comments below. I really do hope this gives you a sense of direction for this coming week for you, Cancer. And yeah, I love you so much, and until next week, bye.